What's up, fellow collectors, and welcome. For those of you who are new here, this is A&R. If you're into action figure, consider hitting the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for updates. Leave a comment. Why? Well, because we love comments, but more importantly, if you leave a comment and you're a subscriber, you're automatically entered to win a prize every month. Let's get reviewing. We just got the full wave of Marvel Legends retro carded Fantastic Four line. This is the third rendition of the Fantastic Four family in recent times. Now we're getting them in a retro line, which is a little different from the past releases of the Fantastic Four family. And this is sort of like a nostalgic hit on the animated series that we watched in the 90s. The 90s animated cartoon was, how should I put this? Not good. These figures are based off that, but yeah, well, you know what? We'll just put up a little clip here and you can take a look at it and judge for yourself. The design is also similar to the much loved John Byrne comic run from the 80s, with contrasting dark blue and white, which always looked good and way better on the page for me. All right, so we're gonna walk through these boxes here. They're really cool, they're very nostalgic. So we'll flip them around here and go quickly. So, you know, your Legends retro packaging, you've seen Dr. Doom, so this is sort of a continuation. They brought up Dr. Doom and everyone's like, where's the rest of the cast? So here they are, right? So the back of the box, you'll get a write-up for each one of the characters and then the list, a picture of all the characters here. So simple, cool looking. The front here, I really want to kind of harp on the front here. I love the look of this. I love the actual cartoon right here in the front. Really, really nostalgic, and it's really, really cool to get this blister plastic packaging here. Yeah, I think the packaging of retros is really cool, and it's great for collectors because they can hang in the wall, right? I usually buy two of these because I want to open one up and hang my retro packaging all over the wall. So you got Sue Storm here, you got Mr. Fantastic here, looking fantastic. Yeah, I know, don't boo me. And then you have Psycho Man, one of the first figures to get in this new era of Marvel Legends. Then you have probably, and spoiler, one of the best Human Torches I've had in my collection. Maybe, we'll see. And then Thing, going from the best to possibly not the best thing that I've got in my collection. And then we have High Evolutionary, really cool, obscure character that a lot of people don't know about unless you read the comics. But yeah, really, really cool to have this guy in Marvel Legends. All right, we'll start off with Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards, leader of the Fantastic Four, an appropriate person to kickstart off of the unboxing. Inbox collectors, look away as I carve up this beautiful package. And here he is, Mr. Fantastic, aka Reed Richards. Aesthetically, I mean, I'm not a fan of the duck legs that he's got going on the bottom there, and I'll get to that in a second here. He does aesthetically look pretty cool. I love the lab coat. This is unique. This is the first time we've seen him in a lab coat, so I don't mind that look. I do like the blue and the white, how they're a little bit more vibrant. I'm gonna bring the other Fantastic Reed Richards in here and compare them here. So we've got the other two guys here, and all three of them are different shades of blue and black and whatnot. They have uniqueness to them, if you want to call it. I like this guy because of the stretchable hands, and I'm kind of bummed out because I wish this guy had what that guy's got going on, and then I wish this guy had what that guy's feet, you know, I know they look like soccer cleats or something like that, but they just look natural, like you would see in a scientist / superhero wear. Unlike these two guys have the duck feet going on here. Not a fan of that. Head sculpt wise, these two are the same. They've got the same head sculpt. This guy's got that beard going on. I kind of like this one. It's a little bit more modern look. Just looks cool. I like it. You know, you can't go wrong with the classic look either. I just feel that this should have had a little bit of a different look to it, because maybe we can swap the heads around and give them different looks. It'd be nice, right? One of the things I don't like is the lack of accessories this guy's got. I just showed you the hands here, and that's it. That's crazy to me. Like, this is Mr. Fantastic. He's the leader of the Fantastic Four. He should have stretchy hands or something, even elongated legs that you can attach. I just feel that the lack of accessories this guy has, it's such a downer, because you need to make a distinction here. Like, these guys all have cool little aesthetics. I mean, this guy's practically the same as this right here, right? He's got the same stuff, but different legs and different head sculpt. It's like, I want all three of them to merge into one, and that would be my ultimate Mr. Fantastic Four figure. And they're probably gonna do that. They could probably get me to buy this thing for the 4th time again. Oh, hey, maybe they got something going on. Fantastic Four, buy it 4 times. So articulation wise, head is on a ball hinge here. You can get it up and down. You can move it left and right. Nothing crazy. It's the same as the other 2 figures. No butterfly joint, obviously. And then you can get bicep swivel. You have double elbow. You have wrist with the hinge. And then you can have the rotation of the wrist. For the middle body here, the upper torso, there's a crunch. You can get the body with that. And we'll have the list of the articulation on the screen somewhere here. For the leg area here, you have thigh cut. You have double knee. You can go right there behind the coat. And then for the ankle, up and down on the duck feet. This is your standard Reed Richards figure that you've gotten before. So accessory wise, we get the same hands that we gotten before. These stretching finger hands, whatever you want to call them. Spatulas, you know, cooking food. If you want to take the coat off, you can pop the arms off here and give him a different look. Like that. And that. Now you have him with a different look. You can even take these hands off and put the regular arms on, or hands on, and then you got that. So you've got a little bit of an option here to change the look. Yeah, there you go. So coat, unfortunately, I wish the coat was long sleeve, because then you could plop it on the other characters, the other 2 Reed Richards. But this is, I guess, designed just for him, and they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to move things around, I guess, right? So yeah, I mean, honestly, I like this look. This is the look that I'm used to and know from the comics. So this is the Reed Richards color scheme that I want. Is it the Reed Richards that I want? I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't like the duck feet. That's okay. That's old school. But yeah, I just wish they gave us more accessories to this guy. Elongated arms and legs. I remember the Toy Biz Reed Richards that I have. I think I have it somewhere still. It's like this tall, because the legs, you can have attachments for the leg and the arms to stretch right out. And you know, when you see the Doctor Doom retro package that came out a while back, he's got a ton of accessories in that package. It's the same size too. So how could you not add additional limbs into this package? It's just beyond me. And it's just, I'm just so disappointed with that, because I think that would have really set this figure like in a different level, and it would said, hey, you got the other 2, but we're gonna give you all of what you got from those 2 and more, plus this color that you're used to seeing from the animation and the comics with the lab coats. I mean, that would be the ultimate Reed Richards figure. So I'm kind of disappointed with that. All right, next up we have Invisible Woman, aka Sue Storm. Here she is, Sue Storm, out of the package. I love the blue. It matches, you know, Reed Richards, which is cool. She does have one major thing that people have been mocking about. It's that face. Yikes. What is up with that face? She reminds me of a younger version of that 70s show mom. Kat, I believe it was, or Katie, whatever her name was. The mom from the 70s show. Yeah, that face is not good. I don't know what they're trying to do over here, but it is getting some bad publicity all over the internet. People are just like, what? I'll bring in the other 2 Sue Storms. They're exactly the same figure, but the head sculpt is different. All right, so here we have the other two Sue Storms. The face is obviously the same with these two here, but really different from this one. And I'm a fan of these two. I think that the face is much better on these than that one. The hair is nicer on this one. It's got that wavy, you know, blowing in the wind kind of thing. This one is down. Both of them, I think, in my opinion, have a better head sculpt overall than this one. I get they were trying something new. I give them, you know, I applaud them for that. But I just think it wasn't executed good at all. And yeah, it's gonna have memes and all kinds of stuff going on the social media about this. It's already started. And yeah, honestly, I think I'll probably plop this head over onto this and just kind of rock with that. Overall, the feet area is the same as this one right here. These two are the same, essentially the same in terms of the whole overall package. The feet on this one is different. It's more of like a high heel at the back, kind of makes the figure a little bit taller than this one here. All right, articulation wise, well, she's standard stuff, right? You've seen it before. Head is on a ball hinge there. The hair does restrict it from going any higher. And then she has single elbow, no butterfly joint, upper torso swivel, thigh cut, double knee, and then up and down the leg, and then rocking the ankle here. But yeah, standard stuff, nothing crazy. She does have, accessory wise, she has closed fist, which right here. There you go, closed fist. And then she's got the invisible bubble that she can use. You just kind of put on the hand here and have her have the invisible bubble. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that face is not good at all. I'm probably just gonna swap out the head and use one of the other two heads and put it on here. Paint wise, nice blue and white, matches Reed obviously. So I don't mind the paint, it looks good. But that face, that head sculpt needs to go. Yikes. Next up, we have Human Torch. Let's get this guy open. I'm excited. Well, here's Human Torch out of the package, and mwah, I really love the way he looks. It's not on that Bucky Cat body that we got the Walgreens one. This is on the Sunfire body. He does have the same head sculpt as the other one, but aesthetically, this guy looks better in my opinion. It looks like the comic rendition, and the animation looks good. But I do have the other two Johnnies, so I'm gonna grab them and compare them. All right, so I've got the other two Johnnies here. This one is, you know, Johnny without any flames. Like, I guess if you want that, great, cool, you get that look. But yeah, let's talk about these two here. Focus right here. Johnny fully engulfed in flame is what everybody wants. This is Human Torch right here. This was our first version. At that time when we got this, we were happy to get this guy. You know, like finally, you know, Fantastic Four, we get Human Torch. People are happy, ecstatic. But as you can see, this body is on the Bucky Cat body, and it's long overdue for a change. And they did mention that they're gonna make a change during Hasbro Pulse Con. So glad to see this body kind of go away in the sunset. It's, you know, been enough. They made enough money out of this body that they can kind of like retire it now, and we can move on to future better bodies. Speaking of better bodies though, Sunfire body is a good body. It's got the butterfly joints here, and we'll go over the articulations in a second here. But aesthetically, what I really love about this, they finally put the lines around the body here, the whole body. The lines, this is important because this is what he looks like in the comics. This is what he looks like in the animation, I believe, in the animation. The animation wasn't that good, but the comics, this is it right here. What I'm a little bummed out about is the back gets no love. I mean, I don't remember, like, I think the body had lines all around. I could be wrong, but it's really bare in the back. It kind of looks a little weird. You know, you got all the details in the front here with the lines, and then in the back, nothing. Not even texturing, nothing. No flames sticking to the sides here. Like, does he not have flames coming from the back of his legs out? Why is it so perfect here in the back? Kind of annoyed. Top here, you got the flame piece that can kind of come off, go back on here. So, the head sculpt. Okay, this is lighter, more translucent. This is translucent, but a little bit darker red. So light doesn't really pass through that easy, which is okay with me. I don't mind that. The hair though, this hair is not translucent. I kind of wish this was translucent. It would have looked nice, kind of blend in with the head. It just kind of looks different. I know they're trying to go for have a little bit of a different reds, but it doesn't work for me. Like for me, I just don't like this. I wish it was translucent. I don't like the fact that it's painted on. It just looks odd. Let me know if in the comment section if you guys actually like the way this head and the flames coming from the back of his head looks. Did you want it translucent or do you prefer the painted look here? That's my only gripe with this figure. Other than that, I really am happy to get this figure. It's gonna be my Human Torch in my shelf. Articulation wise, okay, well, Sunfire body, right? So you can take this flame piece off and then you can have the head go up and down. It's on a hinge here. And then for the upper body, you have no swivel, but on the shoulder area, you have butterfly joint, nice. And then bicep swivel, and then double elbow with the wrist, the hinge, and you can swivel the wrist around. For the waist area, you do have waist swivel, you have thigh cut, and then you have double knee. And then for the ankle, you actually have a boot cut too. So that is nice. You get the boot cut there. That's cool. And then you have ankle up and down. You swivel it around. So yeah, Sunfire body, you know, you get, I think, the best bang for your buck in terms of a good body to use. So I'm glad they went with this body. It's nice. He's got a lot of mobility. Articulation is going to be nice. There's going to be some really cool pictures that people can take with this guy. So accessory wise, well, he just comes with these, you know, flames that we've seen before. So nothing new here. He does have translucent fists, so you can add that. And then obviously the flame that sits on the shoulder here. Yeah, I mean, would have been nice to get something different. Maybe some flames you can attach to the legs or something like that to give it that different look. Maybe a different head sculpt, right? I mean, why not give us another one? Maybe he's, you know, got more flames coming out or smiling or something like that. Something different to really set him apart. I mean, this already is great. It's probably gonna be one of the best in the series. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the lines just make such a big difference. This is the look that a lot of people wanted, and I'm very, very happy that they've given this type of Human Torch. So thumbs up for me. I am really, really happy to get this look. All right, we got Mr. Clobbering time, the Thing. Let's get this guy opened up. All right, out of the package, we have the Thing here. This is the third version of him, and all three are different, and I'll bring them out in a second. But just a quick walk around here. Aesthetically, black wash. Desperately needs a black wash here. This is just too bright, very orangey, but that's the look they want to go for, right? I mean, they want to go the animated look, which is bright, vibrant colors. I get it, but for me, yeah, it's a little too bright. Looks like he got sunburned outside in some areas. There is a little bit of inconsistency going on here. There's a lighter shade of orange and a darker shade of orange all over the body, kind of mishmash. So some areas will have darker orange, some areas have more of a sandy color. So it's kind of, especially in the chest area here and the upper shoulders, you've got a different shade of sandy yellow here, and then a sandy orange, and then more of a traditional orange going down the arms. So that's a cool little contrast. I give him, you know, credit for trying to do something a little bit different, but you know, I don't know, it just kind of looks silly without a black wash, I think, to bring out some more of the details of the rock. But because it's an animated version, it's not going to have that darker tone to it. The briefs here, and I do want to say they're briefs, they're not shorts because they come right up there. That is a tight fit on this bad boy. I mean, he is struggling to breathe. There's a lot of things going on here, get it?
The views and opinions expressed in this review are those of the author and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of A&R. We apologize for these terrible dad jokes.
All right, here we go. We got a couple of things here going on. Get it? Okay, bad joke. This is the thing right here, our newest one, and then this is that came out, I believe, last year or a year before that, and then this is a little bit older. But all of them are a little different. down to their pants slash briefs or shorts, and then also the colors on the rock. So like I said, this is a brighter one because it's trying to hit that comic book slash cartoon look. This is a sad one. Look at the face, he's so sad. And speaking of that, the head is actually different in all three of them. This one has more of a protruding brow coming out. This one's sort of flat. Likewise with this one here, rounded off the top. And different faces too, different angry face right there, different face there. And this one is more like pouty and upset. But yeah, all three of them are different and unique in every way in terms of color, the pants, the face. The body is the same. Nothing's changed there, as far as I can see. All the same here. I kind of prefer this one because I love the black wash on him. There's more detail of the rock. It was a little bit brighter, it would be the perfect thing. So I was thinking more like this guy with that black wash would be sort of the ideal thing that I want. This one is just out there for animation. To me, it's just a little too bright, but I understand. This is what they're trying to go for, and I get it. But for me, obviously, I think this is probably the one that I kind of gravitate towards the most. Articulation-wise, he's not much different than the one we've gotten before. The multiple things that we have. The head, you can get a rotation left and right. The hinge, it's on a hinge, so you can get it up and down, but not too much because the thick back that he has kind of blocks it from going higher. For the upper body, there is no butterfly joint and there is no bicep swivel. You do have, the single jointed elbow and wrist rotation with a hinge. Top of the body here, torso, you have swivel, you have waist swivel, you have a thigh cut, and you have double knee. Woohoo! Double knee. Give him a kick. Punt it. And then for the ankle area, you have up and down hinge, and then you can rock it slightly left and right. But you've seen this act before. Nothing's really changed from the other ones. So yeah, there's your thing. All right, accessories. Well, you got two close-fisted clobbering hands. And then you've got an angry face here. You know what? Honestly, like, these are the stuff that we expect from him. I would have loved to see something like bendable, metal pipe or something like that. Just show the brute strength, or maybe some weights, like you can do curls or something like that, or even a towel on his shoulder. We've seen that in the comics where he's doing weightlifting and he's got a towel, around his neck. I would have loved to see some cool accessories like that to set him apart. This is nice to have, but just give us something cool, something unique to this figure that we haven't seen from the other two things. The brief look is not exactly what we're all going for. Like, we're like, oh my god, he has briefs. I must get this guy. To me, like, this is, if you've already got the other two things, or even one of them, I think you don't need to get the third one here. This is, you can kind of pass on this one if you're not a completist. Next up, we have Psycho Man. All right, let's get this guy opened up. All right, Psycho Man's out of the package. A little quick backstory on him. He's a mad scientist, a leader of technocracy that govern a system of worlds within a microverse. He's actually a tiny being inhabiting a suit. Think about that. Tiny little guy inside this suit. That's pretty cool. So aesthetically, this guy looks pretty cool. I love the green metallic paint all over him. They really did a nice job on this paint job. It's clean, it's good, it's shimmering because he's got metal on him, and the paint really brings out that look. The white here, the plastic, it's different from the rest of the body here. I kind of wish they did some black washing around the back and the front of the legs here. But overall, I mean, it's Psycho Man. Did we really have this guy in our list as bad guys we want? No, but it's for Fantastic Four fans, this is another villain they can put in their shelf along with their Fantastic Four figures. If you're wondering who the heck this guy is and do I really care, well, you got your answer. You don't have to buy this guy. You can just kind of let that guy go to the side, save that money for somebody else, right? But yeah, I just think it's a pretty neat figure and interesting figure. Articulation wise, head rotation here. He's got this weird astronaut slash turtleneck thing going on. You know, the astronaut helmet look in the back right there. But you do get full rotation all around. It is on a hinge. Go up and down. No butterfly joint. And we'll have the list of all the articulation on the screen. You do have bicep swivel. You have double elbow right here. You can do that. Double elbow. That's nice. You do have mid waist swivel. For the wrist here, you do have a hinge and up and down. You can get the wrist moved around, rotation. For the thigh area here, you do have a thigh cut, but it's not really gonna go anywhere because these metal pieces that are sticking out of his upper thigh are gonna restrict the leg from turning at all. You can barely get any movement, so any thigh cut and all that is kind of pointless. I do want to point out one thing. It's pinless. This is deceptive here, but there is no pins. So look at it, pinless arm, and the leg area here, pinless. So they did give it a modern touch, which I think is nice because it just looks so clean. They could have went cheap and hit the pins here somewhere in the design, but they didn't. They gave them pinless. It's a really, really clean look. And the thigh and leg area here, there's no pin, so it's just nice, you know, pants all around with wrinkles. And yeah, pinless all around for him. So that is cool to see that they added that on with this guy. So accessory wise, well, because they spent the money on the pinless areas and the nice lavish green paint all over the body, they just gave us this. But hey, it's not just anything. This is an emotional control box. Projects rays that trigger different emotion centers in the brain. So he's got here fear, doubt, and hate. I kind of wish he had additional hands, maybe something that can actually properly hold this box in his hands. Would have been nice. All right, so yeah, it's Psycho Man, right? I mean, the name is pretty cool. The paint job looks good. Look, it is what it is. Either you like him or you don't want him. What are you gonna do, right? I don't know. I don't even know if I want to recommend this to anybody because it's just such a obscure character that nobody really saw coming, right? But hey, I mean, you got a unique character you can add to your collection if you are someone that wants to build out all the comic book based characters. And finally, we have High Evolutionary, aka Herbert Wyndham, a scientist obsessed with experimenting on living beings and evolution. All right, let's get this guy opened up and have a look. All right, we got High Evolutionary out of the package here, and I understand this is supposed to be a cartoon look, but because it's one of the first, I mean, I don't remember if they made High Evolutionary in the old Toy Biz stuff. I can't remember that, but this is probably the first time they made it in recent years for Hasbro. I would have loved to see chrome on the arms and the legs. What I mean by that is, here's another guy that uses a lot of chrome, that has a lot of chrome. I would have loved to see Colossus chrome colors on his arms and legs. I think, from what I remember reading the comic books, he was more chrome than he was of that blue that you see going on here. And also aesthetically, like, it doesn't make it look like it's metal. It just makes it look like cheap plastic. So the rest of the body's got this watermelon color, watermelon red, you want to call it. That's a mixture of pink and red. And it looks nice. I gotta admit, it looks really nice. It's got a nice shimmer to it. It's metallic. It looks good. Some parts are lighter than others. That's because of different use of different types of plastic. But it looks good. The face looks great. I love the eyes being yellow there. It really sticks out. The rest of the body is sort of blended in, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I would have liked to see a little of maybe of some shading here to give it more, you know, detail, but it, you know, other than the blue attempt of trying to make this look like it's metal, the rest of him looks really good. And yeah, it's pretty cool to have this figure finally in 6-inch form. Articulation wise, well, we're gonna have it on the screen, but head is on a hinge here, up and down. And then the shoulder area here, no butterfly joint, but you do have a bicep swivel. And then you have double elbow, which is nice. Get the elbow range all the way up. And then for the wrist, you have full rotation and then a hinge. The collar area here does not move, obviously. Upper body, you have swivel. No waist swivel. You do have a thigh cut. Thigh cut right there. And you have double knee. For the boot area, you do have a boot cut, so you can swivel that around. And then for the ankle, you have up and down hinge with rocking there. So you've got all the articulation I think you need. Butterfly joint, I don't think you would have needed with this guy. He's sort of like a scientist and intelligent with a cybernetic body. I don't think he's sort of going to be flying around doing kung fu kicks and, you know, ninja throws here all day long. So I think articulation is good enough. So accessory wise, again, we get shortchanged on a lot of these, and this seems to be the theme in this wave. We've got two hands here, open hand and a closed fist hand here. I would have liked to see another set of hands, or I would have loved to see a different head sculpt, maybe an open mouth, pissed off, screaming, or I don't know, something different. I would love to see of added into this figure. I mean, just two simple hands, not even two sets, just two additional hands. Overall, it's sort of above average figure for me. I really wish it was chrome. I might paint this guy chrome or attempt to get him a little bit more of a metallic look. That's just me. You might have a different opinion on it, but from what I remember reading the comic books, this guy looked different in terms of the arms and the legs. All right, for comparison wise, I just brought a couple of Dooms here. You know, you got the Doom, the retro packaging, and then you have the very first Dr. Doom. I did get a third-party cape for him because if you notice this guy here, I could barely get him to stand because the cape is heavy and it just kind of wants to fall back. But yeah, I mean, this guy is supposed to be from this wave here, and he is bright and colorful versus this guy, so he does fit in with this scheme here that they're going for with the animation. Next up, we have She-Hulk and one of the squirrels here. I mean, they look great. She's supposed to be big and powerful and tall, and she is. She's taller than all of these guys, except for maybe the Thing here. But yeah, I mean, Sue is supposed to be really tiny next to her, and she is. So scale-wise, they go really well together here, including the squirrel here. And I just love the fact that he's got the Thing's hand here replicating. So it looks cool. I like it. And for comparison here, we have Dr. Doom in the white outfit and the squirrel in the clear Invisible Woman hand. We got Psycho and we got High Evolutionary here. And I think the two of them scale pretty good. Psycho being a little bit smaller than the rest of them, which is fine. He's supposed to be stockier. And the squirrel is supposed to be the tallest of the bunch. And he is pretty... yeah, he's probably the tallest out of these guys. Pretty good. All right, what's my final take on these guys? Well, we got two baddies here that we'd never had, and I'm happy to get them in my collection. The rest of the wave here, well, there's a couple of highlights and a lowlights. Human Torch, love him. Great. A little bit, you know, could have been better, but overall, it's the best Human Torch we've gotten so far. Thing, Mr. Fantastic, and definitely Invisible Woman here. These you could just kind of pass on by with them. You don't really need to get these guys. They're nothing the three of them are offering, aside from maybe his lab coat, that really makes them desirable compared to the ones we've already gotten from Walgreens. So aside from these two guys here and Human Torch, the other three here, nah, not so good. What has been really consistently disappointing in this wave is the amount of accessory we don't get. I've been disappointed throughout the wave here. I expected more accessories, you know, additional hands or head sculpts, and I didn't get that throughout the wave. I mean, for High Evolutionary and for Psycho Man, there was barely anything in there. It's like, what a waste of space. Why even bring these figures into this wave if you got nothing accessory wise? You could just throw in these guys in a regular wave and maybe had other baddies from the Fantastic Four family that would have loved to be released. Example, Mole Man comes to mind. And to show what I mean by that is, Dr. Doom right here came out before these guys, and this was sort of like a teaser for what's coming. We knew that the rest of the Fantastic Four are going to come in this packaging, And if you look at the accessories he gets with it, it's filled to the brim. Every part of his packaging has something there. Hand, effects, books. It's just filled. Even though we got Dune before, for whatever reason, they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to give another Dune to them. Let's give them more stuff in there to make this Dune worth getting. And I didn't feel that with this wave. I mean, we already got Fantastic Four. I didn't feel that with this wave. I just felt that, yeah, it's great. I'll get a nice Human Torch. But the rest of the wave is just like, what happened? You know, Pinless on one guy. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, you get Pinless on High Evolutionary, but I just feel like it was such a lackluster set. And if you're wondering, should you get these guys, I think you cherry pick them. In my opinion, I think you get Human Torch and you get 2 of these guys if you really want to have bad guys, albeit, you know, B-list characters here. That's it. I think you can pass on Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, and The Thing. You don't need these guys in your set if you already got the previous Fantastic Four family. As always, thank you for watching. Be fantastic and leave a comment, like our video, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.